To Shawn Realty Podcast. My name is Shawn The Realtor Guy. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Today I'm going to cover the Portland, Oregon metro market. The changes compared to the last time I made this video, which was in July. And it hasn't really changed much, but I'll share with you some key points, some things that sellers might be feeling right now and the buyers might be feeling. And I'm going to go over my favorite tweets or posts for the last about a month. There's a lot of good information there for sure, and I find that about 80% to 70% of my posts are real estate related. The other ones are like health related. So you might find some health tips from the advice from the health guru. There are few that I follow closely, and I've been doing pretty good so far, so it may benefit you as well. So let's look at the West Portland housing market. For the last about 2 months, it really hasn't changed much except for the days on the market. So the median days on the market is 66 days. That compared to July, 45 days. So 66 days, that's about 19 days times about 3 weeks. So what it will feel like for the sellers is that when you list a house, it's going to get an offer or offers a lot slower than before. Even though interest rate has been coming down, let's just go ahead and check the interest rate right now on my favorite website, lender too actually. I don't get paid by this, by the way. On Point Credit Union, local credit union that's been saving a lot of money for my buyers. Their 30-year fixed rate is 5.75%, which has been the lowest that I've seen for more than a year. And it's going to save a lot of money. I'm not going to do the calculation how much money savings that you're going to get. But even with a lower payment, the buyers are right now on the fence a lot more. Unless they have a clear house that they like to buy, or they're getting a lot of help from their family members. I think buyers are sort of insecure. I think that goes into the consumer confidence more than anything. And buyers don't want to get caught buying too soon in case the mortgage rate drops and the price drops. But there's no such thing. When the rate drops, the price goes up. When the rate goes up, price should have come down, but it really has not. Just may have come down maybe 1 or 2% depending on which neighborhood you're talking about. But if you add in the last 2 to 4 years of appreciation that we had about 30 to 40%, or some parts of the country 50% appreciation, coming down like 5% annually, it doesn't really affect. We don't call that price coming down, but that's the reality. So everything else is pretty much the same. I mean, 1 or 2%, as much as the biggest difference is like Oswego at negative 11% compared to September of 2023. But then again, this is the average, the median sale price. So depending on what kind of homes are being listed, this number can fluctuate quite a bit. But more importantly, the median days on the market has increased about 3 weeks, which is why things are selling slower. And this is the time that as a seller, you have to be patient. And for the buyers, the opportunities are right now, I believe, because of the interest rate is on your side, while other buyers are on the fence. So when you go with the buyers, like majority of the buyers, you are going to compete with those buyers. When you do the opposite of what majority buyers are doing, you'll have less competition. Something that is counterintuitive, it may feel, but that's when you get better deals. So right now things are selling slower, meaning the first, second week, chance of that your favorite house selling is much lower. And this is time just using that, the timing, the uncertainty on the seller side, use that to negotiate a little bit. For the seller, this is when you don't want to overprice. Testing market is sometimes good when it's hot, when the things are cooling down a little bit. This isn't where you want to test market too much by overpricing too high and sit on the market for too long. Then you're going to lose the steam to get a lot of attraction that results in higher price offers. So enough of that. So far, still Lake Oswego is the most expensive place to live in, based on the median list price, and the rent wise, it doesn't make a lot of difference there. But this is something I want you to look at. So pretty much all the suburban cities in the Portland metro, they're doing slightly better, because the light gray is 2023, dark gray is 2024. This is 1 year gap, but it hasn't changed that much. The Northwest Portland went up just a little bit. Beaverton, Tigard went up a little bit. West Linn went up a bit. But if you look at Tualatin, Lake Oswego, and Hillsboro, and Southwest Portland, they're slightly depreciated compared to last year. But again, you need to zoom out. When you zoom out, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. I think I lost the graph there, possibly. That's okay. Let's jump into the tweet. So there's a lot to pack in here. So I'll try to be concise of these key points. And if you want to know more details of what I'm going to share, I have about 12 key points, but I'm gonna go really fast so that I can cut the video within like 15 minutes, if that. And if you want more details, go to my X account, which is at Shawn Realty, or go to my blog page, shawn-realty.com. So let's jump into it. The first one, August 3rd. 1K is like $50 in house selling and negotiating. What I mean by that is, if you get caught up in trying to save $2,000 and you are firm on that, you're not going to like negotiate it, you're not going to get the sale done. So when you're buying or selling, just think of $1 as like $50 deal. So if it's $100, what's that? That's that's $5,000. It's not a whole a lot when it comes to house buying and selling. 5,000 is very small. You have to look at the long picture. That's what I meant. The next one, D.R. Horton is offering 8% commission. After NAR settlement, there's a lot of changes, and I'm going to cover that a little bit later. But when brand new home builders are offering this kind of incentives, that means they're hurting. Otherwise, they're not going to offer this. So this is a good indicator. I want you guys to know, when brand new home builders offer a bunch of incentives, this is time to, again, negotiate with the home builders. The other thing is that home builder salespeople, they work for the builders, not for you. So having your buyer representation could save you a lot of money. The next one. So here's some of the things you want to do the home maintenance. Remove and clean shower heads. That's pretty minor, but getting a nice water pressure when you take shower, that's important to some people. Deep clean carpet. This might be a good time to hire a carpet cleaner. Check the washing machine water hose condition. I need to do this too. But those rubber hoses behind your washing machine, they need to be changed into braided metal hoses, because the rubber hoses, they tend to get old and they tend to leak. And once it starts leaking, in one day it could flood the house. I need to go out and get some hoses. It's funny because I share these tips for homeowners and home sellers, home buyers, but I don't do it myself. So it's a good reminder for myself too. Clean and store summer gear. That reminds me that I need to clean my garage. Get organized for back to school and to work. That's been already done. So this is how buyers see when they shop for a home. There are 100 homes in the market in their searches. 70% is just average. They're not really excited about. 20% they're like, oh, I could actually see. And then they're going to look at the picture, the details of that. 90 of that is great. Oh, one house is just perfect. So when you're thinking about selling your house, this is where you want to be. If you overprice, you're going to stay somewhere here. You don't want to be in there. If you want to sell it and you have to go somewhere fast, you need to be the number one choice for the buyers. And the more buyers raise their hands, your house is my favorite house in the whole market, you're going to get multiple offers and make actually a lot more money. I learned to do the memes nowadays. It seems like the memes are the things to get like serious message come across in like a funny way. But when you try to be funny, it's not funny anymore. But this one was good. This the gun shooter from Turkey, I think, he just didn't use any tools. And yet I think he got like silver medal. And this is obviously fake. Nobody shoot like that. But it's just, they say renting is better. But the homeowners who own their homes for like a decade, they know what's really better. Now, here are the 3 questions you might want to ask when you find an estate liquidator, which is the people who organize the estate sales. First one is what's included in the service. Second one, any additional fees for any other services. What is the fee? And I was thinking, since the NAR settlement with the new laws and rules in real estate sales, these might be good questions that you need to ask your buyer's agent and your seller's agent when you hire people. Now, as you might know, if you want to go see a house, you have to sign an agreement, the service agreement with the buyer's agent who's going to open the door for you. Before this settlement, when I first started, I used to be a Pop-Tart realtor. What I mean by that is when I get a call from random person, hey, can you show me this house? Yes, I'll meet you there in 15 minutes. I go open the door. And then I realize, oh, there's some bad people out there too, or unmotivated people, like, tire kickers. I don't want to waste my time. So I decided to interview them, and so they can interview me too. And look at their motivation, this and that, and they like me, they hire me, and I show them sell house. Now, even people who I know, the past clients, they want to see a house. They need to sign an agreement first. If I don't do that, I get fined like $5,000 for one-time violation. I don't want to get fined. So, in a way, the NAR settlement is actually helping realtors because now we are protected. We have to sign that service agreement. But anyways, I thought this could be a good question, not only to the estate liquidator, but any vendors or realtors when you hire. Here's a health hack. So there's something called the EMF, electronic magnetic field, I think. If you use wireless things, that includes iPhone, iPad, the laptop. When you touch that directly, especially when they're plugged in, it's really bad for your health. I actually developed a sensitivity on my iPad, I think. So I started getting pain on my elbow. And when I play tennis, I'm like, what's going on? It's so painful. And then when I stopped doing that, and when I started using the gloves, I don't have it with me, but it's basically the EMF blocking gloves. Pain went away. And one of my buddies, tennis buddy, he used to be ex-pro. He had the same issue. I told him about it, and the pain went away for him too. And so this is real. When you have a computer that you use all day long, make sure to use a wired keyboard and mouse. And if it's like a laptop, don't touch directly when it's charging because that's when you get the most EMF. I'll just leave it at that. You can call me tinfoil hat. I don't care. But if you want to know more about it, just read my post. It's real. Home buyers like July. July is a good time because a lot of the buyers actually go on vacation. And the listings that haven't sold through the Memorial Weekend, you can get some good deals in July. So there is the yellow ticking up. Those are smart home buyers, in my opinion. Now, Feng Shui, the Koreans call it Pung Su, Chinese call it Feng Shui, Americans call it Feng Shui too, I think. It's important. And when you walk into a house, and this is sort of like parts that the computers cannot know is a layout. How you feel when you walk into a house. Certain house feels really nice. It flows well. Other house is weird. There's some weird houses out there. I don't know what the builders were thinking, but there are. So Feng Shui is important. This is directly linked to the resale value. So you want to know more about, just look up Feng Shui or Peng Shui or layout, interior design. I think that's the translation, but anyways. Now this graph, the red line, is the time when the market was really hot. What that means is that at that time, whoever bought, they overpaid by that much. So if you look at beginning of 2022, that was like the most gap between the blue line and the red line. That means these buyers paid the most. Hopefully they bought it before the rate jumped, probably most likely. Otherwise they couldn't have paid that much. So again, real estate, always zoom out, look at the long game, and don't pay too much attention to these. And the other thing is that when the market is too hot, that's when you want to maybe wait. But when market is cool like now, this is not time to wait because it's gonna get hot again. Oh yeah, I remember this diver here. Yeah, I was making joke about like the crypto, the Bitcoin, the real estate, what's better, what not. But some days we feel like this, right? We fail miserably like this, but I hope he's doing well. Yeah, but that's okay. But he, tried. He went to Olympic. How many people can say I went to the Olympics and dive like that? That's okay. Here is the photo that I generated using X. Nowadays, they can generate photos like this on a computer within like a minute, maybe 30 seconds. And in fact, the house and the person looks pretty awesome. It looks real. I don't know what kind of prompt I gave to the AI, but what I'm going to point out is that there's AI scammers are going to like really, really try to get you. So be really careful. And I do that by, especially when there's like a transaction with the money sending. Money sending is when they take that. So be really careful out there. I think I made a video about avoiding scams in real estate transaction. Yeah, you might be able to find that on my website. If I see it, I'll put the link in this video. This one I want to share because this, small, like up and down like this. This one is called the real estate seasonality. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. If you focus on this, you're not going to get a house. You need to focus on the long line. And this goes back to 2008 to 2024. It's not as exciting as a stock market, but this is what you need to look at. And ultimately, the real estate gives you a tool that keeps up with inflation. That's pretty much it. And it gives you a place to live. You don't have to pay the rent. You don't have to be in uncertain situation because you're renting. Next one, let's see. Oh yeah, I made a joke about go find a spouse before selling your equity-rich primary home. It's because you can have tax exemption up to about $250,000 when you sell your primary home as a single person, but it jumps to $500,000 if you're a married couple. So you get higher property gain property gain tax exemption when you are a couple. That's, yeah, family planning advice. Now here is active condo and close. So blue line is active condo, what's been listed, and the yellow line is what's been sold. And since the pandemic happened, guys, the condos are not selling as well. So they're not as appreciating. The demand is pretty much the same or actually reduced pre-pandemic. Obviously, condo, there's a lot of share space, and a lot of condos are in an urban area where urban areas have not been that great with the high crime and all these things. So urban condos are suffering. I just made a video 2 days ago, and you can go watch it. But there was the Florida condo, the Champlain Tower, I think, in Florida, Surfside, Florida. It collapsed and killed 98 people. That was 2021. So that's that. I posted this because these pigs, these are so smart. So I want to be like these smart pigs like this when I do like work, and I get up in the morning and try to do stuff. And look at this guy. So somehow this small pig went on top of the big pig back, and then it climbed up. And what's great is that it's not just the smart pig is smart. The fat pig is getting the mama pig or whatever, eating whatever the baby pig drops. So they're both eating. They're like great teamwork right there. It's amazing. So I wrote, be smart like these pigs. They're very smart. The average sale price by the year. So again, this one is other point. Always zoom out when it comes to real estate. Don't focus on the small things. Here's another health tip. I've been trying to get up at sunrise because apparently during the sunrise, in the first 30 to 40 minutes, it has a light that doesn't hurt your skin, but it really helps your circadian rhythm, give you energy, give energy to your mitochondria. I think it's a red light and infrared. So there's no, I'm going to butcher this. So red and infrared is really good for you. So this is me getting up around 6 a.m. And because of I have hill on the east side, I have to wait another 20 minutes to get the full sun come up. And then it's covered by trees, whatnot. But it's still okay. Because this is they call it the first light. Without even seeing the sun, you can get the health benefit. Man, this video is going to get long here. Doing the estate sale, put away important document and lock up stuff, and before you do the obvious stuff. And I think this applies to when you have open house or when you list house too. You definitely want to put away your medication, lock them up, all the jewelries put in safe place, and then things like that. And by the way, estate sale can be done when you are overwhelmed with moving to a different city, because they're going to come and actually consolidate things for you without you doing like garage sales like 10 times. The next one, 5 top housing remodel projects. So this actually surprised me a bit. The most bang for the buck when it comes to house remodeling to get more equity to raise your home value, the first one was garage door, apparently. If you spend $1,000, you get $1,939 back. That's what it means. The next one is the entry door. If you upgrade your entry door to like sturdy metal, like a high quality wood, hardwood, it gives you 188% back. Manufacturer stone veneer. So that's like the facade. They call it the front of the house, like looking like stone looking. They actually gives a lot more boost on your house curve appeal, which affects the first impression to the buyer's eyes, and they end up making higher offer. Number 4 and 5, roof and deck. So depending on the house, I made a whole video about it, and you can go check that out. If you're considering selling your house, let's see, things to consider. Oh, I think this one is about another estate sale. So I made a few, I guess, blog posts and videos. When you are going to do the estate sale, maybe have the no-shoe policy. This is good for listing house too. And the way to do it is we basically put the shoe booties, so the shoe covers by the front door. So the realtor who's going to bring in the buyers, they know what to do. They're going to put those covers on, or they're going to take off their shoes. I think it's a good practice no matter what, when. Consider having estate sale after home sale. So this is where if you have nice decoration in the house, the furniture and everything looks great the way it is, why get rid of them before you sell the house? Just go ahead and sell the house in a really nice looking, staged, well look with your current furniture, and then when the house sells, go ahead and sell those furniture, or maybe sell the furniture with the house too. Some buyers might actually pay out of pocket if they like the furniture or the decoration that you have in the house. Put away the valuable during the estate sale or open house. Buyers might want to purchase furniture with the house, obvious one, and you can call me if you have any questions about those things. I'm almost there, guys. BRA, Buyer Representation Agreement. So this is what I mentioned earlier, that I get fined $5,000 if I don't have the BRA or Buyer Compensation Agreement, whatever. Different states call it differently, but in Oregon we call it the BRA. So I need to have this signed before even showing a house, or even when I have to do like the video walkthrough, live video walkthrough, I have to have this signed. If it's recorded, apparently I don't have to. So they have some rules that we need to straighten out. Here's my favorite neighborhood. This is my neighborhood. It's called the Bower Highlands. I featured and showed some neighborhoods, different house, what I like about it, what I don't like about it. You can go watch that if you're thinking about moving to Northwest Portland, especially Bethany neighborhood. Here's a yard that of the house that I sold about 2 months ago. There were some blueberry bushes, and these were really good. And in Oregon, blueberry bushes grow really well, and I think they raise the home value. I met a seller about 2 weeks ago. They gave me some when I first met them. It was like so good. Apparently some of these can grow and live like 30, 40 years. Obviously, the longer they're matured, the longer aged, the more fruits they get. So I've seen fig tree, pear tree, strawberries. Gosh, there's so many things that you can grow and eat here in Oregon backyard, which is so awesome. Fruit trees, always yes, for home value increasing. This graph, the green line is the income, the blue line is the home price, right? Home price, or the cost of owning a home. The gap is increasing, so it's tougher for first-time home buyers more and more. But again, this is the reason why it's important to own, to have a vehicle that is going to keep up with inflation for you. So this is where even double income, the young folks, they still have to get their parents' help for down payment right now. But for the first-time buyers out there, all you need is 3.5%. If you have like 5% of the purchase price saved, you can buy a house. I want you to know, you don't have to have 20% down payment like in 1985. This is just a meme. I'm learning how to meme, and I'm doing okay, I think. I hope I'm doing okay. So when you see the realtors on social media, we tend to have nice cars, nice hair, nice clothes. I don't have any of those. Really nice look. I hope I have some of that, maybe not. But realtors on the surface, on social media, we look fancy, right? But in real life, we're stressed. We work a ton. We have health issues. We're emotionally like battered. Is that the right word? Because we're dealing with clients or consumers or realtors who are at really high emotional state. Because buying and selling, the most expensive thing, is very stressful process. So in real life, we look like these guys in the elevator, all beat up. Anyways, that's This was at the signing a couple days ago. So this is what the buyers feel when they sign at the first-time buyer. It's a scary time for them, high emotions. They bring a huge cashier's check in hand, a stack of unfamiliar forms to sign. Some buyers do get nervous at signing. So I just decided to take some selfies. But I was there to guide them, be the emotional support, look at the final statement of how much, what kind of fees. I just verified it, and the rest is the loan document, so I can relax and start taking selfies. But congrats to my buyer. They bought a great house, great deal, at a great location. It's amazing. They got a great deal. So that's it. I have no idea how long it's been. Oh my God, it's almost 40-minute mark. If you're still here, thank you for watching. I may have to chop this video into part 1 and part 2, or I'll just upload the whole thing. If you hit the like button and subscribe, that would be awesome. Thanks for your support. And if you have any questions about Portland, Oregon real estate market, give me a call, 503-515-4499. And I'm gonna close now. Have a great day, guys.